So right here I have the Saab 9.3 Aero, and this is probably the best first car that you could buy. It's definitely one of the most underrated cars. For the price, it's a no-brainer. While it's not a name you hear much of, as it's a discontinued brand, these manufacturers, they don't exactly make cars anymore. So Saab didn't start out making cars. They were an aerospace company that designed fighter jets in Sweden. You can actually feel that DNA in how this car is built. It's got character and it's got that story most cars on the road don't really have anymore. That's what makes it special. The cockpit layout, the safety systems, and just the way everything was designed about this car to make it feel like it was a fighter jet. So of course this one right here is the Aero trim, so that means it's got that sport suspension and that signature 2-litre turbo powered engine. But the best part about this car is it's built like a proper car. It's really safe. It has that reinforced body shell, makes it very, very safe in the time of a crash. And it's also really comfortable. It has that premium leather interior that makes it, to this day, feel like it's ahead of its time 20 years later. So the first thing that you notice about the driving position is everything is built around the driver. The dashboard is kind of curved towards you, so the buttons are easily accessible and everything is quite logically organized. The handles do feel quite cheap and they do rattle a bit. As you can tell, they do make a bit of noise, but that's really the only downside there is. Right here next to the handbrake you have the central ignition, which is really Saab's trademark feature, which they have on I think all of their cars. Then you have the night panel button. So when you press the night panel button, every light on the dashboard turns off except for the speedo. Saab came up with this to reduce distractions on night drives, and it's just a really cool feature to have, and it's only something an aircraft engineer would think about. Another trademark feature is the cup holder. When you press the little tab, it unfolds. It's just way too engineered for what it is. That's just what Saab is in a nutshell. They really cared about the details. Above the dashboard you have the SID, which is Saab's information display. Things like the trip information, temperature, climate control. I mean, it also has an alarm clock, which is nice. And right here the ICM3, which is the stereo system. There were 3 separate systems that Saab created with the 9.3. You have the ICM 1, 2 and 3. This comes with the navigation. This is basically Saab's infotainment system, as they like to call it. It comes with a built-in radio, a CD player and navigation, and even a phone. In the trunk you have 2 boxes, one for the navigation and one for the SIM card, as you can access the navigation and the phone features. It also lets you change audio settings, voice settings, display settings. With the audio, if you want to change the bass levels or the treble levels. The glove box is decently sized. The door bins are quite deep, and of course there is a center armrest compartment and even a hidden cubby next to the handbrake for things like coins and keys. You can also lock and unlock the glove box. See, within the key fob there is a traditional key which can also be used to unlock the doors as well. The sound system is also surprisingly very good. Very high quality speakers and amplifiers, which sounds really, really nice even with the roof down. The bass is also quite decent on this. You also get the auto leveling xenon headlights, which are quite rare. They aren't very, very common. Cruise control, traction control and ESP, which is Saab's electronic stability program. What that does is it constantly monitors the car's grip in case it skids or you lose control. Now with the convertibles, the roof mechanism is very, very neat and simple. Fully electric, and it folds very neatly into the rear compartment. It's triple layered for insulation. You can open or close the roof in about 20 seconds. When the roof is up, very quiet inside, and you don't really feel a breeze. You can even operate the convertible, the key fob. That needs to be coded in with the Tech 2. They aren't exactly the quickest 0 to 60. I think it goes 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. 60 to 100, it's definitely a lot quicker. So Saab released 3 separate trims with the 9.3. The one I'm currently driving now, and the Linear and the Vector, which are both less powerful. It's not exactly a family car. I mean, this convertible, it's a 2-door, 4-seater. There's always a common misconception. People think it's hard to get a hold of parts, which isn't true. I think most of the Vauxhall parts are compatible with these cars. They are surprisingly quite tunable. I think with these you can get them up to over 300 horsepower, and they are fun cars to drive. You know, when you put your foot down, that turbo whistle kicks in. Plus, luxury wise, the leather seats, and they have really comfortable seats. Like, you just feel like you're gonna sink right through them. You also get headlight washers. They actually invented headlight washers. They were the first car manufacturers. With the ICM3, you can find kits to modify them, you know, make them more modern. Of course, the navigation is outdated now. It's a 20-year-old navigation system, so you can turn it into an Apple CarPlay. If you actually compare this car to one of the competitors at the time, a 3 Series, or if you have a look at those cars that were built around the same time, you know, 2004 to 2008, those cars have aged quite badly compared to this one. It's a beautiful cruiser, especially for long journeys. There's no better car within the same price bracket. For £1,000–2,000 pounds, you won't get a car that's as good as this.